What's up, my Dragon Ballers? Welcome to VoiceyHere. This is your host, Captain Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode. This story's called Entitled Mother Shouting at an Old Man Over Candies. Long post. I usually just lurk here, but after reading a lot of stories, I thought that maybe mine too will be amusing for you all. A little note, my first language isn't English, so I'm sorry if I butcher the grammar. Also, I will keep the story profanity-free. Just assume the worst possible option for all the light curse words. Backstory. I live in Venice. Yes, that Venice, Italy. And I'm used to the general rudeness of the tourists that see the city like a big amusement park. Not like a real city with people that need to live and work. Not all are uncivilized poopy heads, but you don't notice the good ones because, well, they can actually behave like human beings and are respectful. I was out with my long-term friend that now lives in Florence, and her nephew's in a square. It's a common thing for children to hang out. They all play together while the parents speak to each other, even the ones that aren't yours. And we are doing some catching up. Now, another thing that happens sometimes, it's more and more rare, in part because of scenes like this one, is that old people come, sit on the benches, and simply look at the kids, enjoy the company, the good weather, and the fact that, for a few hours, they are not alone in their homes. This particular man, well known by everyone, is like the neighborhood grandpa, a sweet old man with a cane that sometimes comes sit on the bench and has candy for the children. He is alone in the world. I exchange some words with him, and staying at home makes him sad and lonely. The kids know him, the parents know him, and then when he sits down, a flock of children come to him and the dance is always the same. Hi, sweetie, how are you? Boy, girl, Apache helicopter. Good, thanks. May I have some candy? Yes, is your mother or father, parent one, okay with that? Ask him, her, it. The child goes, asks the parents, and then, with their okay, comes back and gets a sweet. He always does this because he wants to teach the kids to not accept anything before asking their parents. On this particular day, there are a lot of children playing, and some tourists too. The residents all know each other, so it's fast to see that someone isn't from here, that are letting the kids play with each other. All is normal, except for one thing. A family of 5 that is taking all of one of the benches with backpacks and bags in general. It was coincidentally the one on which Grandpa always sits, but when he arrives, he doesn't mind. He hobbles slow and unsteady with his cane to another one. I think it's rude, but again, not a lot of people need the benches. The parents usually stand to talk to each other, so no harm, no foul, right? Wrong. When Grandpa sits, of course, all the children go to him and ask for candy. He then proceeds like always, and the kids go back to the parents that laugh a little and say yes. One in particular asks for 2 candies. It's unusual, and Grandpa asks why. The boy points to his mom. She's visibly pregnant. Like, woman, how do you move? I was amazed, and she was standing like it was no trouble at all. Says that it's for his brother. Grandpa laughs and gives him 3 candies. The boy looks at them, takes a few moments, he was like 3 or 4, and then says, "It's not right. Is there not 2 candy?" and gives back one of them. The old man is baffled but smiles and says, "Sorry, you're right. I didn't count well." With the mother beaming with pride when the son comes back and hands a candy to her for his brother in the belly, choosing his favorite one because so his brother will taste the best sweet. I don't particularly like children, but I have to admit, this melts my heart. Note, all the people saw the thing. Even tourists were like, "How cute is that kid?" And he brought the candy to his baby brother because it was really explicit what he was doing, pointing at the mother's belly and so on. Now, even the hoarder of the benches saw this. I saw the mom pointing to the old man and presumably told her children to go and get a candy. This, again, isn't strange. Some kids are more introverted and or scared, so the parents say, "It's okay, you can go." But oh no, I was wrong. The 3 kids come, a range of 5 to 10 I think, and ask for sweets, in English, to an old Italian person. The guy looks a little lost, but then again, he's not stupid. He points to the candy, the children nod, and he points to the mother, making signs like, "Okay?" But they don't understand. They ask again in English, this time more demanding, but he doesn't speak, so he is really in trouble. The mother is on her phone, the father is nowhere to be seen. He left when they arrived. Sighing, I step in. Language is a common problem. I greet the children and translate what Grandpa wanted to say. They look offended and went back to their mother. I stay and greet him too, making small talk. Again, I didn't think much of it because it's normal for the children to go back and ask before accepting sweets from a stranger. The entitled mother came up and looked enraged, shouting at the old man.
How dare you give my children candy?
In Italian, he says, I don't understand. Me in English to her, ma'am, this gentleman doesn't speak English, so he can't.
Of course he speaks English. Everybody does. It's a universal language.
Or? I look at her, a little taken aback. Universal? What? Where? When? How? Well, it's a pretty common language, I give you that, but he's an old Italian man. I assure you, he doesn't speak it.
This is absurd. Give my kids candies.
She really articulated every word in the face of the old man, still shouting to him. He looked lost and also a little frightened. At this point, I put myself between this stupid poopy head and Grandpa. Please, stop screaming at him. What do you want?
Are you stupid too? Candies. He has to give them to my children too. They are feeling left out. It's discrimination.
Ignoring the insult, sure thing, he doesn't have a problem with that. He only wants the kids to ask permission from their parents before taking sweets from him.
Why does he need to bother me? Just give them the freaking candies.
Because he's a stranger? And it's not safe teaching kids to accept sweets from strangers?
This is BS. Give them the fudging candies.
I huff. It's no use talking. I quickly translate and Grandpa is a little upset, but he doesn't want to punish the children for the bad temper of the mother. So he takes out 3 candies and hands them over. She snaps.
What are those?
Candies?
They are not of
brand name that I don't remember.
Everything not
brand name
is useless garbage. Are you giving my precious kids garbage?
Still confused. We don't have that brand here. The candies are the same for everyone.
Why are you lying?
Brand name
is universal. Everybody knows and has it.
Another thing universal. Good. And I thought there were so many differences between us. Apparently a lot of things are universal. Look, ma'am, this is what he has. He doesn't have branded candies, only the ones he handed you.
Absurd! This is the worst service ever. I will complain.
I still don't know what she was talking about. What service? Complain to whom? Maybe at the Universal Office of Complaints. She then goes and tries to take the whole pack. I stop her. What are you doing?
I'm taking the candies. Are you a moron? The other mom got them.
The other mom. The pregnant one that had 1. But the entitled mother, of course, is more important, so she needs the whole pack. I again let it slide. A lot of people are coming near. The shouting is difficult to not hear. Some of the other tourists ask me if everything is okay. I simply shrug. Yes, this woman wants to steal candy from children, but other than that, it's a wonderful day. The entitled mother, looking more furious.
How dare you, you B-word! Those candies belong to me for compensation. He ruined our holiday.
Everyone that can understand looks at her in awe. Are you more dense than the fog in autumn? He was giving away the candies for free to the children. He simply wanted them to ask before accepting from strangers. And I thought you said that this brand was garbage, so why take them?
Because they are mine for compensation. I will throw them away so that I'll teach you all to disrespect me and my kids.
Note, in all of this, nobody said a word to her children. The oldest one was looking so embarrassed and went to sit on the bench. The others went playing with the other children, again without their mother looking after them. Ma'am, were you dropped when you were a kid? Please, stop harassing the old man and go on with your vacation. You're making us—
Stop talking to me, you useless B-word! I can sue you for defamation and trespassing, young girl! This is a parent spot. You don't belong here. Go away!
Before I can open my mouth and shower her with colorful Italian epithet, my friend has a brilliant idea. She picks up one of her nephews, the little one, comes to me and in English asks,
"Honey, is everything all right? The baby wants to get home."
I smile and understand immediately, passing an arm around her waist. We've known each other since kindergarten, so we're like sisters. We don't have a problem hugging, or similar. Sure thing, sweetie. I was just finishing talking to this rude lady. She looked like her brain just snapped. She opened and closed the mouth a few times, looking terrified, and then literally runs away, screaming something like,
"Indecent, disgusting female sex scum!"
and
depravity in front of children,
and so on, dragging the kids and the impossible amount of baggage out of sight. We laughed so hard and then explained the whole situation to all the people. Then they laughed as hard. The only one that was a little sad was Grandpa, because he, at the end, wasn't able to give the candies to the woman's children. Then the boys from before told him to not be sad, because he will accept his candies, no problem at all. We laughed again. Thanks to all that finished reading all of this, and sorry again for the mistakes. Man, in case you guys don't know this, I love Italy. I want to buy a house there because Italy is beautiful and it's amazing and the food is amazing and the people are amazing and, you know, all of the above is amazing. However, people like that are not amazing. That is horrible and disgusting, and that's why we can't have nice things, because people like that woman think they're entitled to all the nice things, when in fact, nobody is entitled to anything from anyone, and that old man was doing decent things out of the kindness of his heart. We don't have a lot of people like that in the world, who literally just do nice things for other people because it makes them happy. And the reason why we don't have people like that is because people like her, who ruin the nice things that decent people do for other people that are decent. Anyways, my point is, that woman needs to take a nap in the nether. This story's called, Racist Entitled Mother Threatened to Get Me Deported and Fired Today. Here's a little background information about my job. I work as a guest entertainment leader, GEL, at my local McDonald's, which basically means I'm a cashier and a waitress. But it's also my job to basically just have fun with customers. My favorite thing is I challenge customers to rock, paper, scissors duels, and if they beat me, I'll buy them dessert. It's a pretty fun job. I've recently been promoted, though I've only been working at my job for a month and a half, so now my job includes training other people who do my job at the store on the other side of town. Technically, this makes me a manager in the way that I got a $3 an hour raise, plus an extra 15% off on my discount. And I wear the managerial uniform. But other than that, I'm not a real manager. I still just do my same job with my additional training other people. Also, I'm half Asian, half white, but I was born in America. This is important to the story. Oh no, my butt fell off. Well, lunch rush hit us pretty freaking hard today. Luckily, I still had some time between manning the register to have the occasional conversation and duel a few customers. Bought 2 apple pies and an Oreo McFlurry before noon. But the people on the drive-thru were suffering. We were short-staffed, and even though I'm technically a manager, I'm not really allowed in the kitchen because I haven't been trained for that. Entitled mother and her 3 kids ordered on the kiosks, so I didn't really have to wait on them too much. But I always keep a stash of stickers by my register for the kids. Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Disney, etc. that I bring in every day. I let the kids pick out the ones they wanted. I let them have a couple each. Entitled mother seems nice at first. After about 5 minutes of waiting, Entitled mother starts tapping her foot impatiently. After 10, she asks me what's taking so long. I go and check to see what's taking the kitchen so long to get their orders out. And not only are they behind on 5 orders for the drive-thru, she had ordered 40 chicken tenders along with Happy Meals and a bunch of other crap. So her order is gonna take a freaking while. I go out, ready for damage control. Hey, we're a little backed up, and because it's a large order, it's gonna take another 15 minutes or so. If you'd like, I can get you guys some ice cream while you wait, no charge.
I can afford my own ice cream.
I wasn't implying that at all, ma'am. I apologize if it sounded like I was.
Apology accepted.
I'm not really sure where to go from this point because this customer is clearly mad and nothing I'm doing is really helping. So I go and make another pot of coffee. Literally the only thing in the kitchen I'm allowed to do. And go freshen up my customers' coffees and take a few more orders. One of the orders was just a small fry and a large drink, and fries were ready, so I got it out before Entitled Mother's order. And this is where crap hits the fan. I handed the bag to the gentleman right next to Entitled Mother, and she starts yelling at me.
I've been waiting for over 20 minutes. Why did he get his order first?
Ma'am, his order was...
If you guys are so busy, then why are you just goofing around out here and not helping your coworkers get orders done?
That's not my job.
My children are hungry and you're just talking and laughing with people over there instead of getting the food I paid for. I am a single mother and I work 40 hours a week to take care of these children, and you think it's funny that I'm not getting the services I pay for?
At this point, I can tell my other customers are being disturbed by this woman, and she's also kinda pissing me off. Ma'am, please stop yelling in my store.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm a hard-working American.
Matching her tone. Ma'am, please stop yelling in my store. If you don't, you can have a refund and you can leave.
Don't yell at me! I am a customer! I pay your bills!
You must be really bad at it then, because I'm behind on my rent. Honestly, I just said this because I knew it would make my regulars laugh. It worked.
Are there any managers here?
I am the manager. Her order is ready. I hand it to her. She takes it, and just when I thought it was over,
I want a refund.
you have your food.
I had to wait nearly 30 minutes for my food. It should be free.
This isn't Domino's.
You're not funny.
I'm not kidding. Your food is fresh, all accounted for. You're not getting a refund just because you had to wait. McDonald's isn't at fault for your giant order, and neither am I.
I'm gonna post about you on Rants and give you a bad review.
All right, ma'am. Enjoy your meal.
What's your last name?
Why?
Because not only am I gonna get you fired, I'm gonna call immigration.
Okay, have fun with that. My last name is redacted. Also, I was born here, so that's gonna be a waste of time. She left soon after. She didn't come back, but she did try to call the store and complain, but I hung up when I was the one who answered. LaMayo! Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.